the understanding for neurodiversity, there's still a long way to go. There's still, unfortunately, some people think that it's a trend that people are jumping onto, because there's been so much talk of it over the last, since lockdown. But that is because it's been so underdiagnosed for years, especially in women. There's been no research on how it manifests in women. It's only now that they're starting to do that research. So yes, people are a bit more understanding, but they don't understand it. And so they see it as a negative, as a real negative. And actually, we need to think of it, there's positives, there's strengths. A lot of strengths come with being neurodiverse. But I think, having a neurodivergent brain, I think in a few years' time, we're going to realize that a lot more people have neurodivergent brains. And we shouldn't talk about someone being neurotypical and neurodivergent. I think it's just we all think differently. And I think we've got to accept that we think differently. And I'm trying to do as much as I can to educate. So I don't shy away from telling people. It's not something I'm ashamed of. As I say, my daughter's just got diagnosed with ADHD, and I'm trying to do it for her as well, and her generation, is to talk about it. So I'm a governor at my local primary school, and I go in and I do assemblies about neurodiversity there, and talk about how the fact that kindness wins at the end of the day. Don't pick on somebody because they're a bit different. You've got to be kind and understand that we're all a bit different. So that's really important to me, that generation coming up now isn't faced with the stigma. 5 years ago, I would have been like, someone's autistic, or someone's ADHD, that real pitying. And that's not the case at all. It doesn't have to be pitying. Yes, it can be really hard for people, and I understand that, because I know I have got some people that I've got to know who are ADHD who have really not had the support I've had in my life. I've been very fortunate. I've had support, unknowingly had support in my life, and I know it can blight some people. But if you can learn about yourself and be kinder to yourself. I'm so much kinder to myself. My husband did comment and say, it's not made that much of a difference, has it? And I was like, oh, you don't hear what's going on in my head. I am so much kinder to myself. If I can't do something, I don't beat myself up as much. If I'm too tired to do something, I'll admit I'm too tired and I'll stop doing it, rather than pushing myself to keep going and keep going. So I think it's really important to raise awareness and acceptance, that being neurodivergent is not a negative, that it can be a massive positive, as long as we get the support to go alongside it.